Hey there. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a long time. You look very beautiful today. Very beautiful. And you're also so very smart. I've seen so many letters coming in from your best friend who lives far away. They've gotten your letter and they're talking to me on how you are so intelligent, so bright. You know, it's really beautiful. Your words can just, it can make someone very happy. And also, people have been saying that you are very caring as well. People love you. So many people love you. They're talking about how much you're so caring and nice. You are. And other people have been saying that you were talking about something along the lines as you being unloved. That's what you called yourself. And I'm here to tell you that you are loved and that you don't need to feel, sad or anything like that. The truth of the matter is that you are beautiful, you are smart, you are very nice, you are you, and there's only one you in the whole world. No, really, there really is. You don't see 25,000 yous all around the world. There's only one you, and you need to love yourself because you are only one. And you need to treat yourself with kindness, because if you treat yourself badly, then it's not going to be good, because you won't be you if you're going to treat yourself like you don't matter or you don't exist or no one cares about you. All those lies, you can just throw them out the window. Just pop open the window and just whoosh, throw them out. I'm so glad that I'm glad that I'm talking to you today, because if I didn't, and if you didn't talk to me, you would talk more about how you're sad or lonely or this or that, and that you need compliments to keep you going. And everyone should be complimented. How nice they are, how beautiful they are. Because there's so much separation in the world. There's so much, oh, I can do better than you, or I'm better than you, or you're better than me. There's too much of that. We need to be more like, you're beautiful. And the other person can be like, oh, I thank you, you're so sweet. The world needs to be more like that. And I hope that you can start removing all of this bad thoughts and bad stuff and help yourself become positive. The more you're positive, the less you will stress, and so on and so forth. But it really is great talking to you, because I can tell you, I could tell you all the time how smart you are. Do you know how fast you type when you're texting? I can't even type that fast. It takes a smart mind to be, to like type very, very fast. Like, I forget where the B button is all the time for me. But you just remember that quickly where every button is. I type super slow, but that doesn't mean anything. It just means that you're smart. Yes, I'm flooding you with compliments. And do you remember that TV show that we used to watch together? Yes, that one. It was a mystery, and I couldn't, of the life of me, figure out who the true person was that would commit all of these crimes and stuff. Yeah, like I'm like I had to rewatch it like 5 times to figure out who the person was. And you're just like, oh, I know who it is within seconds. And that's how smart you are. And I'm like, dang, this they are really smart. She, you are very smart. And I'm glad that I can be friends with someone so very smart and caring and loving. And you're also very funny. There was this one time where I was so down in the dumps, like a few weeks ago, and you would come up to me and you would tell me this joke. And I would laugh and laugh, and we would laugh for like at least almost an hour. It felt more like an hour, but we would laugh constantly, and then I would laugh, and then you would laugh because you laughed. I laughed because I laughed, and then you laughed. It was a great moment for both of us. It, it was, yeah. And that one time where you got lost in this big city, we had to split up because I had to do something and you had to do something. And in the process of me buying food for us, I kind of lost. Okay, I'm not good with directions, okay? I am horrible at directions. So I came into the store, I bought this and that for us to eat and drink because we were on the road for like hours on end, and I bought it, and then you had to drive the car elsewhere so that you can do this and that. And then after I was done, you're coming back, and then I was like, wait a minute, where's the car? And then I could see you laughing and looking at me all this time, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I was walking towards you, and you would pull out and you would drive away as like a little gag, as a joke. And then I would try to walk to the car, and I was like, wait a minute, where are we? And then you're like, wait a minute. And then we were playing these games for a long time now, and we were in a place where we didn't realize, we don't recognize this small area right by the town. And we were so far from the gas station because it was a good moment. I was trying to get into the car and you would back up, and then we would do that like 20 times. And we ended up somewhere like, I don't know, it was like only a road and woods and stuff. But yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, where are we? And you're like, oh, and then I you told me to lead, so I was driving the car and you were in the in the seat on next to me, and I was driving, and I'm like, oh no, I can't find a way back. But I was leading the car. I was driving the car for like 10 minutes now. I was going left, I was going right, I was going forward. All these like uh, all of these directions and once. And you said, okay, I'll take over. I'll try to find where we are and how to get out of here. And so when you were in the driver's seat and I was right next to you in the car, you're you drove straight out of where we were to the gas station within like seconds. And I'm like, oh. It was, I don't know how like you are so good at I almost said decorations, I'm so sorry. You're so good with directions. It is really smart and intelligent of you to know where you are when you're lost. That was a good memory. Yeah, that one too. That one was a good memory as well. Oh, which one was that one? Oh yeah, the yeah, the campsite. You are so good with animals. Yeah, okay. I'll tell you that one. We went camping one night by ourselves, and we had all kinds of food with us, and I was making the campfire. I was putting logs and other stuff into the fire, and you were making the tent, and I was all done with the fire after a few minutes had passed, and you put that tent up so quickly. And I'm like, how did you put that tent up so fast? And you're like, it's just talent. Or it's just skill. And I'm like, yeah, it is a skill, because it would have took me an hour. It would have took me an hour to put a tent up, you know? And and you laughed a little bit, and then I smiled, and then I'm like, you're so good with doing stuff, you know? And then you're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, well, you're so good with all this stuff, putting this up and doing that, you know? And then you're like, oh yeah, it's really nothing. And I'm like, well, yes, it is something. If you're that good at this, then you need to know that you're good at that. And we were in the tent, and we were eating marshmallows and chips and crackers, and suddenly we heard something, and it was something out of the ordinary, and it was pretty loud, but not that loud. So I jumped up, and I'm like, oh, what was that? And then I got all kinds of scared, and you're like, what? And then you said, I don't know what that is, but it's nothing to worry about. And then me scared, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's nothing to worry about. You're a good comforter. Yeah, it's true. But that's not all of the story, though. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah, we heard a scary sound. I was kind of frightened a little bit. But then you're like, no, don't worry about it. It's don't be scared. It's nothing. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I calm down, and it happened again. And you're like, okay, it happened once, that's fine. It happened twice. I'm getting up. So I'm like, okay, I will follow you. I don't want to stay here in the tent in the dark with nothing around me but nature. I So I followed you. I'm behind you. And you were leading the march, and we kept hearing it. And when we went to our picnic, we saw the biggest bear you can ever imagine getting into our picnic box. it had it had some baked goods, and it had our homemade meals as well, and the bear was just munching on them. The box itself and the bags that were being crumbled, them combining, we didn't know what it was. And then me, of course, I'm not well, I can be brave, but you're brave. You were brave and strong. You didn't even tremble. You weren't even frightened. And like I was like screeching a little bit because I was like, I don't know, like, should we go back into the tent and never see that again? Because like seeing a big bear, like I was kind of uneasy in that moment. So I made noise, and then you're like, oh snap, and then the bear turned to us, and then and then you weren't scared at all. The bear would stand up on its two legs, and you did not flinch at all. And then I ran into the tent screaming. I ran into the tent screaming. I thought the bear was just going to chomp on us and eat us and spit us out as in bones. I did. I didn't. I freaked out. Okay, I freaked out, and I ran into the tent. I just left you behind. It was a fight, or it was a fly or fight response. It. Yeah, I won't live that down, will I? And it was just terrifying for me in that moment, because when you see a big animal like that, you think of, oh no, they're going to eat you and you'll never be seen again. But with this big bear, or with 90% of animals, that never happens. So I ran into the tent, and I left you out there with the bear alone. And like, I was like, after I ran into the tent, I'm like, oh no, what did I just do? I left my best friend out there to die. And I was just, I couldn't move. And I opened the tent, and I saw you. Like, I poked my head out, and I saw you, and you were talking to the bear. And you were putting your hand out to it. No fear, no anything. And the bear was coming towards you, and I'm like, oh no, she's gonna get eaten. And then I grabbed everything that I could to protect ourselves. And we had not a lot. We just had blankets and pillows and foods and stuff. But um, I started to walk outwards of the tent, sort of like halfway, and the bear it stared at you, and then you were petting it, and I'm like, huh? uh, all this time I've been scared of this huge bear. This bear, just, it's bigger than our picnic. This bear is just so gentle and so nice to you. Like, it didn't attack, it didn't growl, it didn't stab us, it didn't do any of those things. This bear would it would do nothing. It would just look at you, and you would pet it, and then there was like a connection you had with this bear. It was a beautiful moment, and in that moment I thought to myself, I'm like, dang, you know, this is beautiful. I could never connect to animals like that like you can. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe within a second to be in her shoes, petting that bear, that'd really be great. And the bear, it grabbed some food and it walked away. And before we got into our tent, we can see two baby bears walking towards the mama bear. And we both looked at each other. The bear was just trying to get food for their babies. And it was just so beautiful. Okay, sorry. It was just so beautiful, you know, that the mom can just get some food for its babies, and you just connecting to the bear, with the bear, without being fearful, without, you know, any of fear or anything like that. Sorry, I just get all messed up when it comes to these beautiful memories that we had. I had to remove my glasses for a second. Okay, I'm good. Okay. Yeah, I can see. You have a little bit of a tear in there. But these are just instances that these are just things that tells you how much that you are brave, intelligent, loving. You know, you are brave, smart, you are caring, you are not fearful, and all of these things. I can't name all of them, of course, because that would take hours of comfort. That'd take hours of me complimenting you, and I don't mind having hours on end complimenting you. It's just that I'll run out of words, and but anyway, those memories, you know, they're priceless. They really are. And it makes you remember that this life is short, and that we need to do our best to find out what we need to do in life. You know? So, after this conversation, I don't want to hear about, oh, I'm so sad, no one loves me, or you know, any of that. Oh, my family doesn't care about me, or my friends don't care about me, or any of that, you know, because you're loved, and your friends and family, they love you and they care about you. I am your friend, and if I didn't care about you, I wouldn't be talking to you now, and I wouldn't be telling you all of these adventures that we had on complimenting you. Yeah, it's just, sorry, it's just really good to talk to you again and to relive those memories. Seeing how brave, into action, smart, intelligent, caring, loving, you know, having a great personality, and having a good sense of humor, all of those things. You know, it's worthwhile. Having a personality, it's worthwhile. And it's good to have you as a friend, because not everyone has a good personality. Well, not personality. Not everyone has a good attitude in life, you know? Not everyone can be brave and smart and, you know, like a sense of humor and stuff. Everyone's different, and some people just hide their personality away. And fact of the matter is that we should not hide who we truly are. You know, if you're brave, don't hide your bravery. If you're smart, don't hide your intelligence. If you know how to communicate with animals, don't just hide it. Go out to the wilderness, you know, befriend whoever and whatever you can befriend. You know, it's beautiful. Yeah, exactly. Before this conversation, you were so sad and down into the dumps. But now, I can see a smile on your face now. I can see that your heart is warming up. I'm glad that I came here today to talk to you. It's been ages. It's been so long since we actually had a talk. You with studies or work or whatever that you do that you didn't tell me about, and me with whatever I'm doing. Yeah, it's sad that we had to go our separate ways, but that doesn't mean that we can stop our adventures. You know, maybe the next weekend we can go out into the wilderness camping. But this time we can bring more food this time. Last time the bear stole most of our food. we had to stop camping, and we had to go to a fast food restaurant to get some food, because the bear and the baby bears ate like 95% of our food, and like 20 of it was ruined from crumbling and and being trampled over. But yeah, we still ate it. We're not gonna be picky about trampled food. You know, people have it worse than we do, and there's no sense of us complaining and whining about what should we get or what we have or what we don't have. You know, things that we want, it doesn't matter. We should just go out and buy food and drinks, and we should just give it to the poor. They need it more than we do. They don't have food that we have. They don't have drinks that we have. They don't have water. They don't have blankets. They don't have a house. You know, we take so much for granted. We take our house for granted. We take the clothes on our backs for granted. We take money for granted. Yesterday, 2 days ago, I saw a guy had a sign. He had a sign, and it said, "I have no money." And I don't know what happened to him. The poor guy, I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what happened to his money. I don't know if it was stolen. I don't know what happened to it. Or I don't know if he had much money to begin with. But I was just so sad to see a poor soul just wanting money for food. You know? People don't have it good like us. If you have a roof over your head, if you have food in your stomach, we shouldn't complain about what we want, or for us to win the lottery, or what we want and stuff, you know? These items, they're nothing. We shouldn't care about these items, you know? We should care about friends and family, and we should care about what we need to be caring about. And it's good. It was a wake-up call for me to see that guy, you know? The guy with no money, driving my car, passing him by. I would give him money, but I didn't have any at the time. So maybe in a few days, if he's still out there, I'll gather some money and I'll try to find him. Hopefully he's still around. I hope. Because we got too attached to our money, to our valuables. Stomach, please stop growling. Sorry. We are so attached to this stuff that we don't even need. I mean, the food we need, of course. We'll die without the food and drinks, of course. The food and water. But all of these items, like TV, phones, stuff like that, everything that we want in life, we don't need. We were taught to want those things by our mothers and brothers and fathers and parents in general and stuff. In actuality, we don't need these computers, laptops, phones, TVs. We don't need anything that we want. All we need is friends. All we need is family. Of course we need food and water. That's besides. So yeah. If you get something to eat, always be grateful. Be grateful for what you have. Because tomorrow is not promised. Be grateful for the life that you have. And don't waste your life thinking that no one loves you, or thinking that no one cares about you, or thinking that you are no one, which all those things are false. The fact of the matter is that you are loved, that people do care about you, that people love you, and you need to focus on what you need to be improving of your, like your personalities. Sorry, voice crack. You need to focus on the important things, have a better outlook of life, or be more kind to people, or do whatever that improves you. That's important. So is family, so is friends, so is all of this. And I'm here to do my best to help you figure this out. Well, I already figured it out, but I'm here to help you. I'm not here to force you to believe in this or that, or to force you to think that, this or that, whatever. I'm just here to help. I've always been here to help. And I will help you along the way. You might not know what you need to do in life, but I'm here to help you. All these valuable items, all these things that we want, they don't matter. They will just, they're not important to focus on. Focus on what you need to do, what you need to say to improve you. Improve yourself. Be nicer. Be kinder. Be gentle, be forgiving, be loving. Forgive people who've done you wrong. Focus on that. Don't focus on electronics, TV. Don't focus on, oh, I need to pay the bills. Stuff like that. Focus on what's more important. Because if someone's angry and if they're rude, or, if they're unforgiving and this and that, then they're failing in their self. They are failing their self, and we need to help them. We should not, we shouldn't be mean or mad at others, but we should forgive them and we should love them. Because we all make mistakes, I've made plenty of mistakes, you've made plenty of mistakes, but that's okay as long as you forgive yourself. You need to forgive yourself. If this is not a wake-up call, my best friend, that I don't know what is. So I'm going to say it over and over again until you get it into your head. Forgive yourself. Let me wait a few seconds. 3, 2, 1. Forgive yourself. Okay. Love yourself. I'll wait a few seconds for you to ingest that, okay? 1, 2, 3. Did you forgive yourself? See, I'm glad that we can have this conversation. I've said that like 25,000 times today, but I haven't seen you in forever. And this conversation makes me happy as well. So, this conversation is about to be in a close. So, hopefully that you learn to forgive yourself and to forgive others, and also on forgiving your past you and the past people. And if you have any extra money, give it to the people who need food. Because these items that we don't need, we were taught to want them. So let's just delete everything that you have been taught about possessions. Our parents are like, you need this possession, you need this possession. In reality, we do not. That is people's coping mechanism. Because they're lonely, they're sad, they want to be loved. Even though this channel gives you much of that. They're just trying to escape the true world that we are living in. Because they don't have that. They don't have, the love that they can't live themselves. And hopefully they can find me, because I will be able to help them. And if you know anybody that needs help in any of those categories, sad, lonely, depressed, any other things that I can't. Anyway, if you know anybody who is struggling with any of these emotions, then send them my way, and I will be able to help them too. Dang, I really need something to eat because I'm messing up on my words and everything. Yes, stomach. Just a second, okay? Okay, with all these in mind, I just hope the next time that you look at someone, I hope that you look at them as a soul. Because inside of us, there's a soul in each of us that is hurting. There excuse me. There are cuts and bruises, scratches on these people's souls. There's holes in them. There is so much pain in these souls and these people, and they use their anger or emotions that are not good to try to help their hurts and pains by doing stuff that's bad. In reality, that'll just make them hurt more. So the next time someone yells at you on a bus, or if someone cuts in line in front of you like someone did me yesterday, someone cut me in line. Yesterday I was getting food and drinks because I went swimming yesterday. So I was in a store. I was in a corner store getting some chips and soda for after I've done swimming. I was in line, and this girl behind me, I think she was on the side or behind me, this girl that was not in front of us or in front of me, she cut in line of me. And the cashier, he's like, "You just cut in line," he said. And she smiled and she was like, "What? No." She was declining it. I don't know exactly what she said. I think she said, "No, I didn't." And then she smiled. And then I looked at her and I smiled. But I forgave her. She has a child. Her child is like 5. And I wouldn't want that child to wait on me to get my groceries, to get my food. I'd rather that child get her candy right now than me getting my food right now. So next time when you're in line, and if people are having children behind you, say, "Hey ma'am, hey sir, let your children have something to eat first. Let them go home first. And then I'll go second." And they'll thank you, and then they'll cut in line. People need to do that more often. I mean, if I would have known that she was behind me this entire time, I would say, "Ma'am, why don't you go ahead? Go in front of me. Because you have a child. And she's 5, and she's adorable. And she is really fun." And I really want the best for you both. So next time, when you're dealing with something, don't always hold it in. Don't bottle anything up, because that'll make it 20 times worse. So whenever you have a problem, just come to me. Come to me, and then I'll take care of you. It's my job to help people. I am here to help you and to help everyone else. I have to go. But don't worry. We can have this conversation again in the future. But for now, I have to go. My bus will be here within like 20 seconds. And I've already missed the first bus. Talking to you. But it's all good. It's okay. I want you to have this. It's a hug. And I will see you again next time. Don't be sad that I'm leaving. I won't be gone forever. You won't be gone forever. We have to catch up sometime. Maybe in 4 weeks, maybe. Yeah, perfect. Alright. Good. That's a good plan. It's a great plan. I said great and good at the same time. Yeah, it's a good plan. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. I'll meet you at that cafe around 6 a.m.